This component is about human resources. Recruiting, hiring, and training employees is one of the most important things that you will ever do as an administrator, because that's what makes the organization go, and your organization is only as good as the people that you're able to employ and to retain once you get them there, to be able to keep them with your organization. It can be one of the most rewarding things, getting to know great people and supervise and mentor people. I always said that was my greatest skill, was hiring great people, because I could find people that I really enjoyed working with and could do a great job for our organization. But the other side of that is that it's also one of the most challenging things that you will ever do as an administrator. Uh, sometimes it's hard to have to deal with a problem employee. One of the sections of the additional materials in this is about problem employees. It talks about some of those things like the technophobe or the discontent, all those different things of kind of problem employees you run into. And that's one of the challenging things, because sometimes the best thing you can do for your organization is to fire someone. And that's very hard to do sometimes, but it's also a way that you stay focused on your mission and moving your organization forward. A lot of working with employees is about relationships. And that's the good news for us, is that we should know something about relationships. If we're human service professionals and have worked in this field, we ought to know a lot about how relationships work. The challenge for us is not to try to become the therapist to the employees, because that's not our role. We're not there to referee fights or to try to make everybody like each other. But our job is to keep things moving towards the goals of the organization. You'll want to look at the materials about what motivates people. People have different motivations, and sometimes pay is pretty far down the list. Pay is important, but it's not as important as a lot of people think. There are other things that you can do, even if you don't have a lot of money to pay, that will help people to feel valued in your organization. One of the most important parts of this section is to look at the employee law. If you don't really understand the employment law, you can get yourself into trouble really quickly. You have to be really on top of how that you conduct your employee interviews, how you recruit, how you offer jobs to people. And one of the last slides in there says have a good lawyer, and that's really essential, because you have to have somebody that can back you up when you potentially get into legal situations and employment disputes and that sort of thing. One of the fun parts of this component, look at the video about what monkeys do when they feel like they've been unfairly compensated. And I think you'll see some similarities of how we as humans act sometimes too, if we think it's unfair. So compensation and compensation programs are a very important part of your human relations program. Enjoy the material. Be sure and look at the application section and be able to put these skills to use.